Right guys, what is going on? BusterBarnes here, bringing you my review / recap of Game Week 4 in Fantasy Premier League. A very interesting week, to say the least. We will see how my team got on, as well as discuss some of the games, who to look at, who I'm looking at, what I'm planning of doing for Game Week 5 as well, which is in 2 weeks after the international break, which could prove to be interesting in itself. 3 fixtures a lot of teams are going to play, so God knows who's going to get injured and who's going to scupper our plans for Game Week 5. But if you guys do enjoy these FPL recaps and reviews, please be sure to leave a like and to comment down below how your team did and what your guys are thinking of doing, and also subscribe for more Fantasy Premier League content. Okay, so getting into my team, as you guys can see, it is another red arrow below the average by 7 points. My team did a lot worse than I thought it was going to. Highest points 160. I have no clue how someone pulled off that, but game week rank 4.5 million, just not good enough. And you know what's happened to be quite a good start for me, starting very well indeed in the top like 100k, I think, from game week 1 and 2, going all the way to 600 and 2,396. It is still very early on though, so always room to improve, and I will be telling you guys how I plan on doing that a little bit later, at least what my thoughts are on doing that at the moment anyway. But if we look at the team, one of my highest performers was actually my goalkeeper McCarthy, finally getting a decent return, got a clean sheet against Burnley, carried that on against West Brom as well. So yeah, can't really ask for more. Will he be my keeper though going into the future weeks? I'm not too sure. I'm going to maybe have to balance up the keepers and see which one I do prefer. Going into the rest of the team, Alexander-Arnold -1. Not really too bad in the sense that I think everyone really has a Liverpool defender. And I mean, yeah, we'll get onto that a bit later, guys. Liverpool 7-2 loss to Aston Villa. What even is football at the moment? I have no clue what's happening anymore. Justin only getting the 1 point. Another shock result. Them losing 3-0 to West Ham. Mitchell getting 0 points, losing 4-0 to Chelsea. I didn't really want him to play, but Reece James did not play a minute of that game, so no returns for him, and therefore Mitchell gets subbed on with the 0 points. I will be talking about that a bit later as well. Going on to the midfields, Podence only 3 points, Mahrez 2, who was a bit of a punt. I actually transferred out Heung-min Son for Mahrez, and as we all know, Tottenham lied. They said that Heung-min Son was going to be out for a while, and then just as the deadline passed, they said, oh, actually, there is a chance he'll play. And what do you know? I think he got like 2 goals and an assist, or maybe 2 goals and 2 assists. So that is very annoying. But then again, I think a lot of people transferred him out. Aubameyang only got me 2 points as well. He will be leaving the team. Salah getting me 13, as he did score both of Liverpool's goals. So, at least he's keeping up some of his value. Going on to the attack, Mitrovic 2 points, Werner only 2 points. I had the inner gut feelings, Captain Werner, big mistake. Maybe he could have scored 1 or 2, and to be fair, watching the Chelsea game, he did make quite a lot of good runs, but I think it's going to be a while before he's clicking with the team, so not too sure what's going to happen with him. Calvert-Lewin getting the goal, carrying on his form, and nothing really to make note of on the bench. If we actually go and have a look at the fixtures, as we can see, very high scoring. I would like to know if this is the most goals that have been scored up to this point in the Premier League season, because it just seems there's goals galore in loads of games so far. Chelsea winning 4-0, 2 penalties for Jorginho. It will be interesting to see who takes the penalties when he is not on the pitch. Everton 4-2 win, James Rodriguez with a very good return. If you had him, you will be laughing. Leeds holding City to a draw. Newcastle actually looking quite good as well. St. Maximin really their star man, but he did pick up an injury, so we'll have to keep note on what he's like going into their next game. And then on Sunday we just had the shock results. We had West Ham beating Leicester 3-0, Southampton winning 2-0, Arsenal winning 2-1, Wolves only winning 1-0. That might have been disappointing to some. I think some people were stocking up on Wolves, but to be fair, after their performance against West Ham, it's maybe not too surprising they didn't do that well. Manchester United losing 6-1 to Spurs. They did get a player sent off in Martial. Very, very controversial maybe. I mean, Martial I think was fair enough to be sent off, but surely if you're going to send Martial off, you need to be sending off Lamela as well. So maybe a bit unlucky for Manchester United. But yeah, 6-1 Spurs looking good, carrying on their good form as well. I think that was their 4th game in 1 week, so pretty crazy stuff from them. Do I trust them to be consistent? I'm not too sure yet, and they did get a bit lucky, like I said, so we'll keep note on them. And the shock result, Aston Villa winning 7-2 against Liverpool. Watkins getting a hat-trick. Is he someone to bring into your team? I'm not too sure. I'll have to have a think about that. Grealish with the 3 assists. And yeah, Aston Villa really looking like a very good team at the moment. Obviously, it was a shambolic display from Liverpool, but Adrian as well, not a great goalkeeper. Alisson, I believe, is going to be out for maybe 4 to 6 weeks, meaning that the next 2 fixtures, or maybe even 3 fixtures, he won't play, which does sort of put me off Liverpool assets a little bit. I was thinking of maybe potentially doing the double up with Robertson and Trent, but I'm sort of backing away from that now if they're going to have Adrian in goal. And also, you know, someone like Martinez in goal is someone that I'm looking at as well, making 6 saves. Did concede 2, but it is against Liverpool. And yeah, Aston Villa just look like a completely new team, and maybe we're going to have to actually keep an eye on some of their assets. Okay guys, so just a quick note on what I plan to do with my team. I do think I will be hitting the wildcards button. I've waited 4 weeks. That's usually my rule, to at least wait 4 weeks before hitting the wildcard, as hitting it too early can prove to backfire. But looking at my team and how they returned, I just don't think that I want some of these players in my team anymore. Players like Werner I want to get rid of. Now, he definitely could score at home to Southampton, but at the end of the day, I'm not got any patience with him at the moment. Mitrovic not returning. Mahrez not returning. Aubameyang I want to get rid of for a City asset. I know City haven't looked too great, but I always think they can bounce back. They have the quality going into defence. Reece James, there's question marks about him. I might want to bring in someone like a Chilwell, and McCarthy as well. He's a decent goalkeeper, but if I'm wildcarding, I may as well get rid of him. And also looking at the bench, you know, there were some players that I thought would have maybe played more. Johnson I thought was maybe having a chance of breaking into the West Ham team. That hasn't worked, so maybe I can actually try and fill out the bench a bit more with players who are actually playing and starting. And Gieser of Fulham has actually caught my eye as a good bench player, as he does look pretty fun and lively in the Fulham team. So that actually is going to be the video for today, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Hopefully next week I can get back on that green arrow track. I believe I had 2 green arrows in a row and then 2 red arrows, so hopefully we can hit with the green arrow next coming week. But that is going to be in 2 weeks time, so my preview for Game Week 5 will be just before that Game Week deadline. I might do a video in about a week just letting you guys know how my team is progressing and what my thoughts are. But I do hope you guys have a nice day. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Fantasy Premier League content, and I'll see you next time.